and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Tamil actor Vijay Kant was laid to rest with full state honours at the headquarters of the DMDK party, which he founded. The actor died in hospital on Thursday after his health deteriorated this month. A large crowd of mourners joined a procession in Chennai as the casket containing his remains was taken for burial. Across the rest of Tamil Nadu, fans and supporters kept a vigil in front of his portrait as people paid floral tributes. After a successful run in the film world, he launched his own political party and went on to become the leader of the opposition in Tamil Nadu's legislature. Just days before his death, his wife Prema succeeded him as leader of the DMDK. People from all walks of life paid tributes to Vijaykant as large crowds swarmed the island grounds in Chennai, where his body was kept. Top actors, film workers, and politicians were among the thousands of mourners who converged on the site. Reports said fans from far-off places in Tamil Nadu streamed into the city for a final glimpse of the actor. Vijaykant was spotted in the crowd, who later said Vijaykant's friendly nature was incomparable. Vijay, another popular star in Tamil Nadu, was in tears as he approached the casket where the body of the actor was placed. Kamal Hassan was also among the long lineup of celebrities who came to pay their respects to Vijaykant. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman paid her respects to actor Vijay Kant in Chennai as dozens of politicians hailed his public service activities. She said the actor was a good human being who overcame many hurdles to reach his goals. Lawmaker Dr. Parivain of the IJK party praised the actor as a man of compassion with an inclination towards public service. He said Vijay Kant would have become the chief minister of the state if he had not suffered health issues. He also recalled his own electoral experience with the actor. The IJK's president Dr. Ravi Pachamuthu paid tributes to Vijaykant's rise in the film world and later in the political arena to become the leader of the opposition in the state's legislature. A red alert has been issued in northern India as heavy fog crippled normal life in at least 3 states. For several days in a row, air operations were hit in Delhi, and reports said more than 100 flights were delayed or cancelled. On Thursday, more than 50 international arrivals and departures were affected. The situation was similar at railway stations, as 22 train services were disrupted at the New Delhi terminal, which left passengers shivering in frosty weather. Trains could not be operated due to very low visibility, as reports said about 11 inbound trains were delayed. Delhi's air quality was also marked as poor, and the condition was expected to continue over the next few days. The Ram Temple Trust has said a vote is being held to choose the Lord Ram idol that will be placed at the temple in Ayodhya. The statues have been made by 3 sculptors, and the one that gathers the highest number of votes will be installed. The trust said the 51-inch tall idol will be chosen for its divineness and childlike innocence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the temple on January 22nd in a grand ceremony, and the consecration rituals, lasting 7 days, will commence on January 16th. Events during the ceremony includes a procession carrying the idol of Lord Ram, ceremonial baths, worship, and rituals with fire. Pakistan's caretaker Prime Minister has appealed to the people not to hold New Year celebrations to show solidarity with the people of Gaza. In his address to the nation, Anwarul Kakar said, the government has ordered a ban on New Year celebrations as the situation in Palestine was serious and urged Pakistanis to stand by their Palestinian brothers and sisters. He said, entire Pakistan and the Muslim world are in a sheer state of anguish over the massacre of innocent children and the genocide of unarmed Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. He said Pakistan had dispatched 2 aid packages to Palestine, while a 3rd package was being prepared. The caretaker premier also said his government was engaged in talks with Jordan and Egypt. Russia launched simultaneous attacks across Ukraine, hitting several cities in a wave of strikes on a scale never seen before. Reports said over a dozen people have been killed and more than 75 were injured, and the casualties are expected to rise. The attacks come after the US approved its final aid package to help Ukraine fight the war with Russia. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said in a post on social media that over 100 missiles were fired by the Russians. He said educational facilities, a maternity ward, and private homes were among the buildings that were hit. It was not immediately clear if the attacks were Russia's response after Ukraine damaged a Russian warship at a port in the occupied Crimea. A second US state has blocked Donald Trump from contesting in the presidential election next year. A top election official in the state of Maine banned Trump from the polls, citing his actions leading up to the US Capitol riots in 2021. The order said the ex-president used a false story of election fraud to incite his supporters to riot. Earlier, the top court in the state of Colorado ruled that he was ineligible to run for president, citing the same reason. Colorado is known to support Democratic candidates, but Maine is a politically competitive state and important for Trump as a Republican frontrunner. Trump's campaign has criticized the decision and said it would file a legal objection. A report in the media says hiring in the tech sector in India was hit this year as global companies cut the pace of operations. The report said Google, Meta, and Amazon laid off staff this year in India, attributing the cuts to performance-related issues. But it also said the terminations were aimed at cutting expenses, including employee salaries. There was also speculation of limited hiring in the next few quarters as businesses head into the new year. The report also said there was a vast difference in hiring figures this year compared to the previous year. It also said many tech firms, including Google, are testing artificial intelligence, which could have a direct impact on the human workforce. Google has agreed to settle a U.S. lawsuit which said the tech company violated the privacy of users by tracking them even when they were browsing in private mode. The lawsuit sought at least $5 billion from the world's top search engine and parent company Alphabet. Large technology firms have faced increased scrutiny of their practices in the U.S. and beyond. Google said it had been clear about the data it collected, even when users viewed in private mode, but some users had wrongly assumed what they meant. Private mode, also referred to as incognito mode on its Chrome browser, allows users to search the internet without their activity being saved to the browser or the device. Investigators have said pilot error caused the crash of a tourist plane in Nepal, which killed 72 people in January. The Yeti Airlines flight was flying from the capital Kathmandu to the tourist town of Pokhara. The report said the probable cause of the crash was its pilot cutting the plane's power supply by mistake. It was Nepal's deadliest plane crash in 30 years. The privately owned plane crashed in the Seti River gorge near the airport, prompting a rescue operation that involved hundreds of Nepalese soldiers. The report also said heavy workload, lack of training, and stress were also to be blamed for the pilot error. It also said the aircraft had been properly maintained and did not have defects. Prominent pro-democracy activist Tony Chung has fled Hong Kong to seek asylum in the UK after breaching the terms of his release from prison. He was on a 6-day holiday in Japan, which was approved by the authorities, when he decided to flee permanently. Chung was jailed under a tough security law after he called for Hong Kong's secession, before being freed in June. The activist said he was under enormous stress and forced to become a paid informant to spy on other activists. Chung is one of several pro-democracy protesters who have fled Hong Kong in recent years. A group of 47 pro-democracy campaigners and lawmakers have also been accused of endangering national security. Virat Kohli has become the first batsman to score 2,000 runs in 7 different calendar years during India's defeat to South Africa in the first test on Thursday. He scored 76 off 82 balls during India's defeat by an innings and 32 runs, which took his tally to 2,006 runs in 2023. Dean Elgar's elegant 185 combined with South Africa's terrific pace destroyed India. On day 3, India skipper Rohit Sharma's dismal run in South Africa continued. An inward swinging delivery from Kagiso Rabada left Rohit confused as the ball knocked the stumps. The right-hand batsman was removed for an 8-ball duck, and the dismissal marked his 7th in 11 innings against Rabada. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.